let's talk about Nicki Minaj. And
Yeah,
she's
let's
opening
talk
up
about it.
about battling drug addiction. She did an interview
Really?
with Vogue. You know, she got a new album coming out, so she's making her rounds and getting her interviews in. She opened up about being addicted in the past to
To what?
Percocet.
It was more than that.
Percocet. So she said, no one told me that this was a narcotic and that this was addictive. Luckily, I was able to ground myself, but once an addict, always an addict. She said, I feel like if you've ever experienced addiction to anything, which I have, you always have to think twice and 3 times about the choices that you make. It takes a lot for her to admit that that she was addicted to Percocet.
Absolutely. We already knew though she was doing something.
I'm sure
we just ain't know what.
We hear all the time in the songs, right? The rap songs is like Percocet is like one of them drugs that is like glorified.
I don't even know how people could hate that. Like when I'm subscribed to stuff like that from the dentist, that stuff makes me throw up. So what?
And she said she was initially prescribed it to alleviate pain caused by menstrual cramps. Is that no? They prescribing Percocet for menstrual cramps?
No. First of all, some people have really bad pains.
Yeah.
Right, really, really bad. So that part, I get. But we knew we were on something, mama. We just ain't know what.
She also mentioned that her dad, who is no longer here, was addicted to cocaine when she was younger.
Oh, so it's in her blood.
She said, I think about watching my father go back and forth, and I just wish that at the time I understood that he wasn't doing it because he wanted to. I thought that he was making a conscious effort to be addicted to a drug that would have him steal his children's video games and sell them for money. Think about that. Who would make a conscious effort to do that? Now I realize those people weren't making those choices because they wanted to hurt their family. Addiction took over their bodies and their lives. They were victims too. Yeah, that drug serious for real.
Very serious. It's like you don't really, you can't control yourself.
You need that fix by any means necessary.
By any means. We've seen aunties with the microwaves. We've seen uncles with the VCR. In case of those of you who don't know what a VCR is like a CD player,
but for tapes.
A DVD player, but just for VHS tapes. And for those who don't know what that is, it's just like a physical way of watching movies, and not on what you call those fire sticks. Okay.
Right.
But
well, she didn't reveal like the time frame of this, but hopefully she's good. And her new album, Pink Friday 2, comes out December 8th. So right around the corner.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm still a fan. I just know she ain't got it all, just like nobody else ain't got it all. Just because you got it all money-wise don't mean you got it all mentally. Right?
I mean, hey.
So I'm still looking forward to that. I'm always looking forward to a Nicki album. So let's go.
Let's move on. The Grammy nominations came out. There's been a lot of surprises, some snubs, and some history-making moments. SZA leads the pack with 9 nominations. Fast shouts to SZA.
Nah, well, she is a writer, so
I meant to look this up prior to this show today to see last Grammys. I want to say she didn't get nominated. I need to confirm that. And I remember wondering, like, what? Like, she had the biggest album of the year, or maybe she was nominated and didn't win it, and that's why I said what I said. One of the two, but I remember thinking, like, nah, they violated SZA. It was either she wasn't nominated or she didn't win a certain category. I need to find this out. But nonetheless, they made up for it now with the 2024 Grammys, and she's leading the pack because SZA album was one of them ones, like silently, low key, breaking so many records on the charts. And these award shows was playing in her face. So happy to see it, and we'll see what happens when the show airs. Another one that I'm hype about, that I'm happy she's getting this recognition, is Victoria Monet. I don't know if you're up on Victoria Monet, are you?
Not as much as you.
Oh my mama, oh my hood, I look fly. Yeah. That song. But she's nominated for 7. And Victoria's not new to the music game. She's been penning, writing for people for years. She's been nominated for Grammys before, but as a writer on like I think it was like Ariana Grande and somebody else. She's been writing, and she's nominated.
It sounds like this is mad common because all of these girls, they've been writing for other people so many. No, they've been writing for people, and now they coming out with their own. It's like, damn, do you really want to be in competition with this girl who's been writing for you?
Is a lot of artists, that's their way in, because for whatever reason the industry is not like ready to like put their all into them. So it's like, this is the end. You could write for artists, but deep inside is like, yeah, I'm writing all these hits, but I really want to be out there, and not everybody get to be out there. So it's dope to see Victoria is actually able to transition. This is, I don't know which album this is. I know of at least 2 albums, but I know she got more than that. But
yeah, it's like they go and make the money to look different.
To fund their own.
To fund their own.
And mind you, to put this into perspective, the VMAs just happened a few weeks ago. And Victoria inquired about performing, and the VMAs told her she was too early in her career to perform. And
I like that too.
Not even 5 months later, she's about to be having her name presented on the stage for 7 Grammys. Like, it's wild.
I like that too. Oh, right. No, not yet. It's too soon.
Some people that were snubbed, Chloe Bailey didn't receive any nominations. Who else?
So basically, she was doing too much, but not enough.
Lotto was snubbed.
What?
Yeah.
That's a bit.
Travis Scott was snubbed.
Surprising because she did a lot.
And Lotto was one of them ones for this year, right? Like, she definitely been out there. She been charting. She been in our faces.
That's why I'm like, what? Now that is surprising. That right there is surprising. It's more surprising than Chloe Bailey. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And she put a lot out.
Her sister,
did a lot too.
Holly, she was actually nominated for her song. She put out one song, and she was nominated for her song Angel. So fast shouts to Halle Bailey. On the other side of music, the pop side, you got Pink that was snubbed. Also, Sam Smith, and Kylie Minogue were all snubbed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Doja Cat was nominated, but she was snubbed in what they call the Big Four categories, like album of the year, song of the year, record of the year, like. And she's usually in those categories. But this year, she's nominated for Best Pop Solo, Best Melodic Rap, and Best Rap Song. Your girl, Nicki Minaj, has earned her 12th nominations. Will this be the year she actually take one home? Surprising to know that she's never won a Grammy before.
That's crazy.
She's been nominated 10 times before, and now she's got 2 more for this year. So that makes a total of 12. For that song, Barbie World, I think it's called, the one with Ice Spice.
Well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot.
What?
Because why not Barbie? Why not nominate her for the Barbie World?
Yeah, I mean, she's been nominated a lot, so we'll see. Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is her year to actually
it involves some people.
Take one home. Fat shouts to Janelle Monet, Coco Jones. They also got nominations respectively for their albums. It's a year to women, it feels like. Black women too in these categories. So fat shouts to y'all. Ciara's another one that was snubbed. You know, she recently put out an album. Coi Leray was nominated. Fast shouts to her. And Ice Spice was nominated for 4 times, including Best New Artist.
Well, 4 is better than 9.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, here we go with this Cali.
That's but yeah, so the Grammys are airing February 4th. Hit up at Holliewood and Friends on Instagram. There's a full list of the categories. You can check them out. That girl Tyler even got a nomination. That Water song that's like everywhere you look. And she just came out yesterday. And she got a nomination. They got a few new categories this year at the Grammys, and that's one of the categories that Tyler is nominated in, is like Best African something. So that's that. Before we move on, there's some history that has been made with Doja Cat. Even though she's missed the big 4, as they call it, she's the most nominated female rapper of the century, and ties with Lauryn Hill of all-time nominations.
Oh, that's so.
That shouts to her. Lauryn Hill still remains the most awarded female rapper, thanks to 8 wins over the course of her career. She's the most awarded female rapper. And overall, not just in this century, but just in general, Missy Elliott is leading with 22 nominations overall. I don't know how many she actually won, but fat shouts to Missy Elliott. And with that, we're going to move on. Speaking of Missy Elliott, I want to give a huge shout out because she was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the first female rapper to be inducted. That's big.
That's dope.
What you think?
And big. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. I love Missy. Like, I'm a huge fan. Missy's one of them artists that when I was growing up, I compared everybody to Missy. I had this analogy that I used to say where I was like, Missy is like the house and everybody else just living in it, is what I used to say when I was younger. Because Missy was just so like different. Like, even for me as an artist, she inspired me too. Like, Missy is definitely one of them ones. Like, I like when I see people that's like fearless and like, you know, take risks. She always was different. She never put out nothing that sounded like what was out. And her music is timeless. Like, still go today if you put it on. So it was only right, only fitting that she got this induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So yeah, that shouts to Missy, Mr. Maina.